न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः।
ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಧ್ಯಾಯಾಮೋದವಳಾವಿಕುಂಠನವತೀಂ ತೇಜೋಮಯಂ ನಿಷ್ಠಿಕೀಂ ವಿಗ್ಧಾಪಾಂಗವಿಲೋಕಿನೀಂ ಭಗವತೀಂ ಮಂದಸ್ಮಿತ ಶ್ರೀಮುಖೀಂ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯಾಮೃತವರ್ಷಿಣೀಂ ಸುಮಧುರಂ ಸಂಕೀರ್ತನಾಲಾಪಿನೀಂ ಶ್ಯಾಮಾಂಗಿಮತ್ಸಿಕ್ತಸೂಕ್ತಿಂ ಅಮೃತಾನಂದಾತ್ಮಿಕಾಂ ಈಶ್ವರೀಂ. ಓಂ ಗುಂ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಗಂ ಗಣಪತಿ ನಮಃ. Mahasrati Namaha. Om. My infinite prostrations at the lotus feet of my Sadguru, Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Universal Teacher, Universal Mother, and my humble pranams to all Amma's beloved children listening to this talk. Today, we intend to cover 3 important topics or festivals. So that the first one is what we call as Karkadavavu, the new moon day. We offered the bali to our ancestors. So that is one topic. The second topic is we had Independence Day also, the 80th Independence Day. That is the second topic. And the third topic is regarding Onam. So these are the 3 topics which we are trying to cover. So first one is offering to our ancestors, second is Independence Day, and third is what we call it the Onam. So first we come to offering to our ancestors. So you can see, we have remember that 2 or 3 weeks back we had 29th of July, we had the Purnima, Guru Purnima, that was the full moon, and now we have the new moon. So one is full moon and the second is the new moon. New moon means on that day, it is we call it the Amavasi, where we cannot see the moon at all. So both are very, very important. We have to understand how the moon affects the human lives, all other lives also, especially our mind also. Purna Chandran affects us very positively, whereas on Amavasi, or we can say the new moon, it affects us negatively. We hear that during this new moon, those who have the mental problems, their mental problems increase during this new moon. So we can see how the moon influences in 2 ways, the Purnima Chandra positively, and the new moon day Amavasi negatively. On this day, we give offerings to our ancestors in the form of rice balls, tila, etc. So that is what we have to understand today. So I don't want to talk much about this topic. We can see the sun also. So we can see both sun and the moon, they have influence on human lives. So sun is mainly light, and that denotes what you call as, it affects the knowledge part. The jnanam, sun is light, that affects the jnanam, our knowledge, understanding. Whereas the moon, that affects the mind, the emotions. So these are how the sun and the moon, one gives us the light, the knowledge, etc. We can see Gayatri Mantra, that is what we chant. So that is for the sun. It gives us knowledge. Whereas moon, that is cooling in nature, that affects our mind. So it gives us peace and joy. So these are the 2 ways. So we can say the 3 topics. We can say The first one is offering to ancestors. So one is, we can say, one festival. We don't call it festival. We consider the day of observance, Acharanam. First one is it is on this offering to our ancestor. That is a very sad memories, because we are thinking of the ancestors. We are feeling very sad. The second one is Independence Day, or second one is, so we can say second is Onam. Onam is full of happiness. The Amavasi, it is mainly sorrow, whereas the Onam is full of joy, and whereas on Independence Day it is both a mixture of joy and sorrow. We are happy because we have got independence from the British. Not only that, we are now very advanced in technology, etc. Our defense forces, we can see the military parade on Independence Day parade at Delhi. We can see how much we have grown, how strong we are. So we in Indians, we are ready to meet any challenge. So it's a day of great happiness. On Independence Day, we are very happy that we have grown so much. And we are independent. At the same time, we are also feeling sad, because when we remember all the great sacrifices our ancestors have made, not only the physical torture and mental torture also, they had to suffer at the hands of the British. So the sacrifice, when we remember that, we feel sad also. This is what we have to understand. So the topic we here is learn to live to love, love to give. This is the topic. So learn to live is very important. We are living, so learn to live is how do we live. The very important one aspect we have to learn is, we have mainly we have the head and the heart. How we train our head and how we train our heart, and how in situations these two, they play a great role in any situation. The head and the heart, they are there, and in which situation the head should dominate the heart, and in which situation the heart will dominate the head. This is very important. The heart and the head dominate, the balancing the head and the heart. That is what we call as the learning to live. So I will give you a very good example of how we balance the head and the heart in a particular situation. I know a mother, she has four children, four sons, and she had prepared halwa, very oily halwa on a particular day. But unfortunately, one of the four sons, he had loose motion, he had stomach problem. Therefore, the mother gave halwa to three sons, but she did not give halwa to the son who was suffering from loose motion. So he was crying and he was creating such a scene, but the mother was firm. So there we can see the head is dominating the heart. The heart wants to give halwa to the son, but the head says, no, today we cannot give him. Therefore, this is the situation where the head is dominating the heart. We can understand. Now again, after a few days, when the boy was all right, when his stomach was all right, the mother remembered, and again she prepared halwa again second time. This time she gave the halwa to her son who did not get halwa on the other day. So you can see the head and the heart dominating. So for example, sometimes we hear that when we go on the streets, we see beggars. Now they say they're organized. So sometimes many of our devotees warn Swamiji, don't give paisa to the beggars. They are not beggars. They are fraud. So when the beggar comes and beg. So what happens is that the head says don't give. He is a fraud. Whereas the heart says give. Therefore, the heart dominates the head. So they say, anyway, he may be fraud or a genuine beggar, doesn't matter. My duty is to give, therefore I give. So where the head dominates the heart, where the heart dominates head, that If you create that situation, for Amma there is no confusion. Immediately she responds. We have to think twice. Should I do this? Should I do that? Every one of us. Whereas in Amma, there is no time for the thinking. She immediately responds. The head and the heart violence. That is one important aspect of learn to live. Just live like this. Therefore, this is what we have seen. Then the second topic is live to love. So live to love means it is we have to understand it very carefully. Live to love. It only means that we cannot do what Amma says. Amma does. Amma, she hugs every devotee who comes to her. We cannot do that. That is not the meaning. Love simply means do not hate anybody. If you understand that everything is in this universe, whatever we see is God's creation, we just accept, whether we like it or not, we just accept them as they are. That is what we call as love. Love means accepting everybody as God's creation and not what Amma does. Please, the Amma's she expression of love, because she has direct experience of everything is myself. We do not have the experience, but we have the knowledge that these are all God's creation. Therefore, accepting everything as God's creation, this is what we mean by live to love. And then we come to the third person, we say love to give. So I should be happy to, usually we want to get everything. The general tendency is to give the minimum and get the maximum. Whereas in Amma's, we can see that she has no thought of getting, she has only the thought of giving and giving and giving. So that is what we mean by love to give. So therefore, I remember one very good example. I think that I love to give, because when we give, certainly in future we get back. You see, when we give, we feel lot of joy. The real joy lives in giving. That's what our ancestors, our acharyas say. And Swami, we can see in the Amma's life, we can see that she loves to give. So that's what we can see. Now I remember something very important, how we can get confused. For example, myself and the Swamijis, Brahmacharis, etc., they have all composed a lot of bhajans. Now, and we give a lot of talks also. Sometimes the devotees, they come and congratulate us. They say, Swami, wonderful talk, very good talk, Swami, wonderful bhajan, etc., they say. So I think that I have given a lot of talks, I have given to the world, because I have made them happy. But actually, I'm very, very careful also, because when I give a lot of good important talks and a lot of good bhajans, indirectly I am taking also. What am I taking? Now when I go in trains and buses, the people ask me, Swami, do you give talks on TV? I become famous. So I am taking name and fame and popularity. So this is the alertness. I am giving a lot of talks, pravachans, lectures. I am giving a lot of bhajans, the Amma's devotees and everybody like, but I am also taking. So am I giving more or am I taking more? This is something which we have to understand very well. So love to give means when we give, really feel very peaceful. So the topic is learn to live. Living is balancing in situation, know how to balance the head and the heart. That is learn to live. Live to love. Live to love means accepting everything as God's creation, and acceptance, that's what we call as love. And love to give means in any situation I should be ready to give. That willingness, that readiness to give, that feeling is what we call as love to give. Sometimes I may Amma gives that example. Oh my God, this beggar is here, I don't have any money to give him. So that person tells the beggar, I'm very sorry, I want to help you, but I don't have money. So the beggar says, sir, you have already given me money. You have made me happy. So that willingness, that wanting to give, that is what we mean by love to give. That is, we have seen now, we have seen the Amavasi, the new moon. We can see the ancestors. We have great responsibility to our ancestors because they have given us this body, and because of this body, we are able to perform actions, and slowly we can evolve to the divine being. So we are grateful to our ancestors. So that is what we are seeing. And usually we give this pindam, we say rice balls and then tila, etc. We give offerings on this day. But this is the very vast topic we'll discuss later. We call it Pitra Yajna. We call it Pitra Yajna. We'll discuss it later in more detail. So I say Pitra Yajna is being thankful to our ancestors. So what they have given us, we are giving back. So it is complete. Our duty to our ancestors is complete. As I am a sannyasi, it is meant for you. You say when your duty to our ancestors is not only offering on Amavasi day, but we have to continue the lineage. So you can see in my 4 brothers and sisters, I am a sannyasi, whereas the other 3 brothers are married, they have children, and sister also have children. So therefore, you have to continue your father's lineage, the parampara. That is also part of the Pitrayajna. This much you can say. Now we come to independence. Again, independence is remembrance. Remembrance, what is remembrance? We bring the knowledge to action level. So what happens is gradually when we, for example, we can say all of us chant the Lalita Sahasranama Archana every day. I hope. So because we know this by heart, say Om Shri Matre Namaha, Om Shri Maharaji Namaha, Om Srimad Simhasunish Namaha. When we chant, it becomes mechanical. Sometimes we chanting, we may be looking at Amma's photo, but our mind will be somewhere else. So this is what we call as become mechanical. So our actions gradually, when the continuously do for a long time, they become very, very mechanical. So the Independence Day, we say what we call it the avatar. Avatar is, we say, remembrance, how to bring the knowledge to action level. So when the avatar comes, avatar reminds us how to bring our whatever I know, how to bring to action level. For example, the best example you say, you can see our defense forces in the police, they salute the national flag. So what are they mechanically doing that? So the police, especially the police, when they salute the national flag, so they are able to remember that national flag is not just a piece of cloth, but it is very, very sacred. The saffron color represents sacrifice and knowledge. The white color represents purity, honesty. The green represents fraternity, and the chakra, the dharma. So these qualities I remember. When you salute, I am remembering again and again that these qualities I have to develop in my life. I have to practice in my day-to-day life. Then only this salute is complete. That is what we mean by Independence Day. And you can see independence. No country can claim that it is totally independent. A country may say we are rich enough, we have economically, or in all ways we are rich enough, we need not depend on any other country. They can say that, but God forbid, but see, an earthquake comes or tsunami comes, gone. They have to take their begging bowls and go to the neighboring countries. Can you understand? So none of us can boast or be proud of we are independent. Nature can punish us. We are proud that we are independent, but it is not egoistic. So that is what we mean by it. So avatar comes again to remind us to be aware. Amma comes and says, Makale, യാന്ത്രികമായി ചെയ്യല്ലേ, അത് do with awareness. That is what we mean, understand. So we can see, secondly, we take Amma's example and Sri Rama's example. We can see when Sri Rama was told that tomorrow you'll be crown prince, Yuvraj. So he said, that is father's wish, let it be. But then the next, he did not feel happy at all. That is my father's wish, let it be. So next morning they said, no, we have changed the decision. So you have to go to the forest for 14 years. Sri Rama said, if that is my father's wish, let it be. So when he was offered a kingdom, he did not feel joyful. When the kingdom was taken away, he did not feel sad also. So that means the avatar does not, Amma, Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, they do not depend on anything outside for their happiness. That is the real independent. You give everything to me, I am happy. Take away everything from me, I am happy. So for Amma, Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, I have something within them which make them really independent. That when we get that from Amma, then we become really independent. So we can see that now we can see that she does not like to say that our institutions has gone all over the world, and rank wise also we are almost on the top. Our wonderful team, the Amma had trained her sons, children to be so efficient. Our institutes have come up almost to the top in all fields. But Amma does not feel any kind of. So she is sits like a queen today, and she has such a vast empire. But when I first came and saw Amma in 1985, the same Amma, when she had nothing with her, she had the same attitude of she was sitting like a queen. When she has everything today, or in 40 years back when she had nothing, she had the same splendor, the same majestic look of peace. Look at Swami Vivekananda's photo. He is sitting like this. But take the photo of any great Mahatma, you can see that the look they have on their face. Whereas if you see the photo of a great person, a minister, etc., when he is in power, you can see his face glowing. But after he loses his power, you look at his photo, he is completely different. So this is what we have to learn. You can see again, you see, Yajnavalkya, then we will stop. Yajnavalkya was the guru of Janaka Raja, the father of Sita. So Yajnavalkya was the guru of Janaka, the father of Sita. So Yajnavalkya, when he was getting old, he had two wives. We know the story, Katyayani and Maitreya. So he had vast wealth because he was the royal guru, Raja Guru. He had a lot of wealth. He divided the wealth equally into two and gave one half to Maitreya and the other half to Katyayani. So Katyayani was very, very happy. So he got so much wealth. But Maitreya was not happy. Maitreya asked Yajnavalkya, "Oh Lord, you have so much wealth and you are just throwing it away so casually. You are just throwing it away and going after something. So you have in search of something which is more valuable than all this wealth. You are in search of something, you know something which is more valuable than all this wealth. As my wife, I demand that also. You give me that also." That is called the Atma. The Atma Jnanam, when we get that, gives independence, joy. So that is what we had to learn from Amma. We have covered the new moon day, the offering to ancestors, we have covered, and Independence Day. So we'll stop here for the time being, and we'll continue the Onam on the next. This May we can see on 23rd of August, and we can see the other part, the Onam part, we can see on the 30th of August. Om Amritageetananda, Om Lokaah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu, लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ॐ तत्सत्
न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः